everybody, welcome to the Soulful Soul. My name is Gladys, and this is a pick a card reading for the full moon and the solstice, winter solstice here in the south and summer solstice in the north. And so it will cover the next 2 weeks, and it's just some guidance and reflections of what might be showing up for you. So the full moon was in my sign of Capricorn. So in honor of that, I'm using the devil from 3 different decks. So group 1, I don't have my decks here, but I'll put the names at the bottom, in the description box. This is group 1, Shadow God of Liberation. Group 2 says Nature. It's from the Green Witch Tarot. This is the original devil, and this is from the Pride deck, from the Queer Tarot, sorry. I am going to use the Pride deck to clarify, and in honor of Pride Month. And okay, so this beautiful new deck was gifted to me by my brother, so I'm going to use it to give you other cards as significators, which is just to say, you can choose then on the basis of the tarot deck that you are most drawn to, or there might be an issue that these cards bring up that might be of interest to you to explore. So group 1's flying out, and it's the 3 of Swords. The 3 of Swords talks about pain and healing. So yeah, that's what that one's about. Group 2, 9 of Coins, which talks about independence, financial independence in particular. And the 2 of Swords, it could talk about a dilemma or a crossroads, or a need to make a decision, being torn in 2 different directions. So that's your guidance. That's those are your choices. Group 1, Group 2, and Group 3. And I'll leave them for a second. Thank you to my beautiful friend Crystal for pointing out in the last pick a card reading that I hadn't given enough time to choose. So take a moment and make your choices. Oh, by the way, I'm using my bed today because I've got visitors, so I'm using my bed because I have to. Back group 1, you chose this beautiful deck, and your card was the 3 of Swords, which suggests something that you're trying to heal from if you chose it on that basis. But let's see what the reading says. It does seem to me something, just from the outset, it seems like there's something that you're finding difficult to release. It doesn't have to be that heavy. Beneath the deck, you have the Seeker of Fossils, and that is the Knight of Coins, which is, I was just talking about this card yesterday, telling my dad what it means. And it's about slow and steady. Slow and steady, in it for the long haul. That's the kind of message. And but at the center, you have the 3 of Swords and the 2 of Branches. Maybe you've been feeling stuck, like you couldn't make a decision about something, or you felt you had 2 very distinct paths. Or, no, it's more like you couldn't release something in order to move forward. So you've been feeling stuck. That's my feeling here, group 1. What you've got that you need to look out for, that could be working against you, and we'll see when we get clarifiers, is the Nurturer of Feathers, the Queen of Swords. So, this is the energy of harsh words, a spite. Like, this could be like a war with a company, a partner, a divorce. It's that kind of thing, where people are forgetting about the love beneath, and that's said with no judgment. When you're in the emotions, it can be hard, but it is important to be aware of them and then try to do something about them. But there's that energy there. Working for you is so much joy. there is more joy around you than you know. So let's say you're going through a divorce. There are things that you can do to make you happy. There are people around you that are willing to celebrate with you, that are willing to, who accept you as you are, you know. It's that, you can look at this hardship and focus on it. And of course, you have to give it its due attention, but it doesn't have to be an obsession that is keeping you stuck in pain. Your energy is the whale, and it's in reverse. And sorry, it's the world card. It says the all-encompassing. And the world card speaks about releasing something, like tying up something in a pretty bow. In the something, it's worth celebrating the conclusion, like completing a degree and doing really well, or that kind of completion. The birth of a baby could be moving from one job to a new one, and it's that kind of a completion worthy of celebration. Here it suggests a holding on, like something is not over, something's not completed. Around you have the Ace of Feathers, which talks about a new beginning coming in. It could come in the form of a message. So the Ace of Swords, but it's a clear message. It's a clear direction, a clear guidance, a clear new beginning, something like that coming in. Oh, I forgot my other deck. What I do want to say to you is, this is what these are both eights. They talk about the infinity, which is the cycles of life. It's like the ebbs and flows of life. But you have more strength than you know. And here's the card of patience again. Very much like the Llama, the sea cow fossils, the Eight of Fossils is about putting in the work. It's not so much about patience, but I said it, so it probably is. Having put in the work, but just putting in the work on something. But let's see when we get the clarifiers. Beneath the deck, you get the Ten of Cups. So it feels to me like something is worthy of your effort and time. There's a lot of joy around you to be had. There is look at this. It's about beautiful love, some kind of partnership. So, it could be you holding on to one when there's another that is available to you. But there's love around you. Or holding on to a job that is not appreciating you when there's another that is so much more for you. So with the Three of Swords and the Two of Wands, you get the Empress. And this is about self-love. This is what I'm feeling. It's you, instead of focusing on this thing that's not working, is focusing on your own healing and focusing on seeing your worth and your value and your abundance, So maybe there has been a focus on something that has not been good for you, group one. And then with the Nurturer of Feathers, you have the Two of Swords. And look at that. It's this fight, this battle. And it does look like waging a war with yourself about something. Working for you is the Tower, the Three of Shells. It's like allowing something to fall apart. It feels to me like you're afraid, but your intuition is telling you something's ready to fall apart. And this is what's working for you. And that you have the support to get through that you can have joyful times, even as things fall apart, Especially if in your soul, those things are needing to fall apart. With the World card, the World card, you have the Four of Swords. And this is about you contemplating, taking time out, rest. It feels to me like something big is shifting for you. Like maybe you've been resisting, but you're being guided to let go. You're being guided to let go, but also to see that there's something beautiful around you, and dependable with the Knight of Coins. But maybe you've been focusing on something that's not that. And you need to take time to reflect on this letting go, why you don't want to, how you might do it, who you can call upon, and do that work of releasing through maybe meditation or even journaling. And then around you is the Ace of Swords with the Hierophants with the Ace of Swords. And here, wow, this is so interesting. I never see the Hierophant as the messenger. It's not, it's something else. But yes, if you think about knowledge, the Hierophant is about knowledge, common knowledge, like general knowledge, information about okay, let me not go down that road. But here it's showing up as specifically the messenger, and that's what I saw in the Ace of Swords. So something coming in to give you clarity. And if you think about the Hierophant as bringing this worldly knowledge, like institutional knowledge that has been there for a long time, there's something coming in that regard. Something coming in to maybe help you make a clear, the Ace of Swords is about this, Well, it can be about being very, very clear and then making a cut, So maybe that's what's happening. And then with the Strength card, you have the Six of Coins, balance, and I spoke about this. It's like harmony coming in, and that you have what it takes to bring in. Well, firstly, you're stronger than you might give yourself credit for, and this strength of yours is helping bring about this balance. Yeah. And you have to also just be reminded about seeing your worth there, Group 1. And then with the Eight of Coins, you have the Page of Wands. Be ready, Group 1, to start on a new journey, I feel. Be ready to start on a new journey. I'm going to draw one more card from here for you. And you get Malika of Swords. Oh, the Queen of Swords again. And it was in the reverse. But I'm feeling what it's saying is that truth talk is the thing that helps liberate. So there's this need to go within, to look at your truth, to own why you have struggled to release, to help you move towards the release, because I think that's the advice, to believe in yourself, see your value, which is part of this truth talking, maybe even in journaling. But also there is maybe a need to confront something, to do this talking up for yourself, and cutting out the old and moving towards the new. That brings about balance. Okay, Group 1, I hope this has helped you. I'd love your feedback, and I send you lots of love on this journey, which might be at times a bit confusing and a bit painful, but you've got this. I'll chat with you again soon. Bye. Welcome back, Group 2. This is, so you chose the Witch's Tarot, Green Witch Tarot, sorry, that's what it is. And, oh, beneath the deck you have your card, Nurture, in the reverse. Which, wow. That's nature. In the reverse. The Devil in the reverse. Oh, that's interesting, right? Okay, let's see. So the card that you chose was the Nine of Coins. And I'm thinking that this is your wish. This is what you are working towards. This is what you're hoping for, which is this financial maybe windfall or independence. It could be that you are waiting on a job offer or something specific, but it could also be that this is what you're dreaming about, that you are, maybe you haven't had that. And then you get with the Seven of Wands, and I wasn't sure if this was upright or in reverse, but either way, I'm seeing this. This is about you standing up for yourself. So for some of you, it might be that you have these wishes and dreams, but you might not be doing anything towards them. For others, someone else, like I was saying, waiting for a job offer or whatever, maybe you've been in some position and you haven't had a raise, and this is about you talking up for yourself. It could be in a relationship where you are the home person, but you don't have much. All you have is enough just to feed the family, and you have none to spoil yourself or to go out for a coffee or even to study or whatever the case might be, and that's showing up. So that would be standing up for yourself, would be speaking about that. You have what might work against you. What you need to look out for is the Wheel of the Year. This is the Wheel of Fortune. And I think that's, again, don't leave things to fate, right? It's that idea, and I speak about it a lot, is trust in God, but tie your camel first. It's you taking ownership of your journey. Yeah. With the Devil in reverse, there might be some habit or something that you're not doing, some kind of way that you might get into a funk about your circumstances, and that's okay, but you also need to pull yourself out of that. I'll see what comes up in your next, when we get the clarifiers for that. What's working for you, you see, this is what is so interesting, is that generally your reading is so positive. So there might be just a little habit that where something that you can't see or that you may be aware of, but you need to just tweak that habit, It could be laziness. We all need to be lazy sometimes, right? But when it's getting in the way of you standing up for yourself or moving a position or doing something that is in your interest, then it can be a problem for you. But look, you have working for you the 10 of Chalices. Maybe a beautiful love around you, a beautiful relationship that nurtures you. Maybe this same relationship in this example or the work is something beautiful, but you haven't thought of, or you've been afraid to say, by the way, this is not fair. And all it needs is a conversation. It's not for you to leave it to fate. That's the sense of the reading. And maybe that's where this comes in. Maybe this nature card is linked to that, as where you're saying, there's nature, nurture, there's doing and being, and maybe you are saying, I'm just being, but it might be an excuse for you not to do something, or not to stand up for yourself, which you might be afraid to do. And we all need to do things we might be afraid of, right? And then but look at you showing up as the star. How beautiful is that? It's like wish fulfillment. I think that you are in a dreamy phase, but it's positive, because it's I don't know, it's constructive dreaming, or do constructive dreaming, daydreaming, but do it constructively, do it with intention. And look at the Page of Swords here, is to me talking about intention. This little page is doing a ritual. So I think it's also saying that it could be a message. In fact, it's so interesting because Group 1 also got the Page of Swords, like a messenger coming in. It could be a message about study, or maybe you get a study opportunity. And I would say if it does come in, take it, because there's something there. Maybe you get asked to be part of a group that is a witchy group, or something that's exploring something. It's kind of exploration, but like mind stuff. And then you have, your beautiful, beautiful cards, like a cycle closing, allowing a cycle to close. This cycle, I feel, maybe. And the 9 of Cups is just, celebrating what you do have, because I think that you have a lot. In terms of emotional abundance, there is a lot. So let's see. And it looks like you might be moving towards some kind of relationship that gives you a sense of completion. There's the World again. Okay, And then you get the Fool here, the Fool with the Devil in reverse. I feel this is saying you need to trust more. Gosh, your message is so much, group 2, about, wow, it's about you have tied your camel, you have trusted. Now it's time for you to move forward. It's time for you to take a risk. It's time for you to believe in yourself and believe in spirit or whatever, or God, or whatever you believe in more broadly, you know, because the groundwork has been done. So there might be a project that you are working on, or it could be this thing about asking for a raise. Anyway, so I feel like 9 of Coins, this independence, the only way you are going to get independence in this situation, get the new job, get the better pay, get whatever, is for you to speak up for yourself and bring a cycle to a beautiful conclusion. I think you have no idea what your little efforts will a difference they will make. And this is you not trusting yourself. But group 1 also got this in the same position. It's this warring with yourself. Like you know what it is keeping yourself stuck because you're afraid, because you're leaving things to fate. And the reason you are just leaving things to fate is because you're actually afraid, and maybe that's what you need to confront. And then with the 10 of Cups, you have the Devil. Wow. This is kind of saying to me, well, I like that the Devil shows up as nature here, being in nature, being one with the elements. It feels like you need to have a very pragmatic approach, a very practical approach to whatever it is you are doing, this venture that you've been afraid to move ahead on. Just be practical and grounded and see all sides. It's kind of like, you know, the devil gets a bad rap, but the devil is an amazing teacher. And depending on how the devil shows up, it's like you, let me think about this. It's almost like, so it could be that you tell yourself stories about having plenty, and it's kind of a negative thing, right? And this is you seeing the positive of having plenty, seeing it as something worthy of celebration. Whatever this blockage that you have that you said is bad, see the flip side of it. See how it can be beautiful, how it's brought you something beautiful, how it can bring you something beautiful, how it has taught you something, and how it can be leading to wish fulfillment. There's a lot of power here. It's also about standing in power, your power to stand up for yourself, to ask for this because you are worthy of it, group 2. And here's the Death card with the star. Wow. This to me is like there's a strong feeling of ending a cycle with the World card there, ending a cycle of not reaching out for your dreams. So I love that, group 2. There's maybe you are ending a cycle of not having had, and now you are showing up for yourself in a different way. And wow, it will, my feeling is, I don't like to focus too much on prediction. It's leading to great rewards, but you have to allow this ending of this way of thinking, of this habit, maybe of this this thing of where you might want to reach for something, but fear holds you back. Fear says, and then you convince yourself that actually I'm not doing this because I'm just trusting, I'm just going with the flow. But actually you are not doing it because you're afraid. It's kind of a tough love, but beautiful tough love reading. It's not really tough love. It's owning that shit, you know? And then Page of Up, I think a beautiful message coming in. You know, I feel like you end a cycle. That's what you're guided to. You are taking up your power in a different way, and you're actually looking at the darkness, the perception of darkness, and you're turning it around, you know? Whatever's going on for you. And you're seeing beauty of the shadows. You're seeing the lessons in this thing that you've said that is bad. And I think another message for you is to be out in nature. It's being practical, putting your feet in the soil, your hands in the soil, or spending time out in nature, group 2. And there's this message coming in of life, healing, sunlight, nature, serenity, and spirit. Isn't it beautiful? Gosh. Wow, this one just feels like a beautiful, beautiful message coming in of harmony, you know. That it is almost like stepping stones. Yeah, I'll see. Maybe I'll get another K5. So with the 9 of Cups, you get the Hermit. So something, your cup overflowing. Oh, and I said earlier, needing to see where your cup is overflowing. So that's the other thing. I feel like you might have a battle with an overflowing cup. Maybe you have resistance to this joyful abundance. Maybe because you, like me, are a lefty and you live in a country. Well, we live in a world where there's so much inequality, right? And it might be something that has put up a barrier, and maybe that's what you're confronting. You're confronting your stories that you've told yourself about this, about your worthiness, the worth, and what we can have, and that having doesn't mean that we are any less loving and beautiful, you know, and that maybe with having we can do more. But there's stories maybe that you're telling yourself, and with the Hermit, it's about going back and reflecting on those stories so that you can release them, group 2. Well, anyway, it's some kind of story that you've told yourself is a bad thing, that where there's something beautiful in it. Go and do the work and see what comes up for you. And then there's the World card. The World card coming twice and in the upright, saying that there's a huge change going on for you, a huge change. I'm inclined to think that you might be a Cappy here, or there might be a lot of Cappies or people who have Capricorn or Earth, or maybe are very earthy. You might be a very practical person. There's something, some huge cycle that's changing for you. Use it to its best. Learn the lessons, write about them, release this thing that I've been talking about, and trust and move forward and confront whatever this barrier, this blockage is that you said, oh, that's bad. It's bad to have those thoughts. It's bad to be like that. It's bad, whatever. Oof. I think it's quite deep, whatever this is for you, group 2. And for each person, it will be different. It's not for me to say what that is. Then with the World card, you have the 2 of Coins. And maybe what's happening is, as you move into this new cycle, as you release the old, as you move in, do this lesson learning, and you move into the new cycle, you might find that it's a juggling, it's a balancing act. It's a balancing act. And then you get this release, the releasing of the smoke, releasing of the stories you've told, releasing of the pain of this is very significant. There's been pain, there's been a habit, there's been, you know, it could have been you having relationships that were abusive, and so you've been stuck in the pain. And those take time to release, but I feel it's time now to release them. And I think it's interesting that you get the 10 of Swords right next to the Death card, right? Because the Death is about releasing that. I think it's time to release an old story, group 2. And for each of you, that old story will be something different. It's this one, the Strength card, and the 5 of Cups. 5 of Cups, there's you releasing an old story, crying over spilt milk, releasing that and moving to the future now. And there's the Strength card reminding you that you are stronger than you think, and that You can do all this joyfully. It's turning this thing that you said is a negative thing into a joyful thing, into something beautiful and powerful and courageous and celebratory. Okay, group 2, I'm going to leave it there. I hope this has helped you. And yeah, I send you lots of love, and I'll chat with you. This is, yeah, it's beautiful. Chat with you again soon. Bye. Welcome back, group 3. You chose the Queer Tarot, and you have the Two of Swords, which could talk about being at a crossroads. Sorry for the shaking camera. I'm on my bed because my office is occupied, and this is the quietest room in the house. Okay, so you have the Hermit in the reverse. Sorry, you have the Hermit in the reverse, suggesting that maybe you're coming out of a time of contemplation and quiet and moving into maybe a more energetic time. Let's see. You have been at a crossroads. You have been feeling blindfolded. Maybe you've had a choice to make, and it's made you feel like burdened. But this is you releasing the burden. This is you having done the contemplation and now ready to move forward. So maybe you are more ready than you think you are. With the Page of Wands here and what you need to look out for, I think it's suggesting there are two things. One, it could be that you might start something and not complete it, which is what keeps you stuck, because you don't move to the next level. Or it could be you being too dreamy, so you don't even start the thing. That's the message that I'm getting there. Working for you is justice. It's, this to me is saying trust, because you're being divinely guided to something that's fair for you, group 3. You have representing you as the Lovers in reverse. It's a card of Gemini, and this is a card of Virgo. But here, the Lovers in reverse, something out of balance. Your reading is very much about trying to bring something into balance. And with the Judgment card there as well, is almost allowing a rebirth, allowing something to, maybe something from the past is coming back to be re-looked at. Yours is very vague, I must say, so far. Yeah, it might be around money, because you have 2 money cards here. Your advice is the Page of Coins, is to start on a new money journey. Maybe you have an idea that you've been complacent about, that you've been stuck about, and this is saying trust, that you're being divinely guided to something that is fair and just, and towards something that might be very lucrative. It's kind of like suggesting a belief in yourself. Let's see, group 3. Yours is intriguing me, I'm just aware of the fact that, sorry, I shouldn't put the Hangman, let me shuffle that. I'm aware of the fact, group 3, that you have the Lovers is also about choice. I think you've been feeling stuck because you haven't been willing to make a choice. And I think that you are making that choice. You're moving to something lucrative, looks like. And the Empress, wow. The Devil, which is the card that you chose. 9 of Wands, the Wounded Warrior. Let's see. Very interesting. Because you've got the Hermit and the 9 of Wands. I think that this is you coming out of this place of reflection and feeling stuck, learning your lessons, and now moving forward and trusting At least that's what the guidance is here. At the center with the, oh, I didn't even think that you had the Nine of Wands there. Releasing these burdens now, you know. It's time for you to let go of make a choice. You need to make a choice. You need to end a cycle. You need to allow the wheels, you know, the Wheel of Fortune comes before justice. So in order to move forward, you have to let go. And here, with the Page of Wands, you get the Queen of Swords, and group 1 got this in the same position. And the Queen of Swords can be about spite or not speaking up or not communicating clearly, maybe holding in resentment, you know, it's something like that. So I don't know what this could be that's going on for you, dear group 3. But this is only what could work against you. All it is, there's as a caution. It's something for you to look at, to say, okay, maybe I've been holding on to resentment and that's keeping me stuck. Maybe maybe there are things that there might have been a spiteful energy around me, but maybe I've allowed it to keep me stuck. Maybe I don't take action when I need to because I'm afraid. Maybe I take action but don't complete it because of whatever reason, and I must just be aware of it. It's just helping you be aware. I think this is also about you being aware enough to cut out those things that might make you feel unworthy, or where you feel there's spitefulness and backbiting. You need to confront it and leave it, not even confront it, but just walk away from it. That's for some of you, not for all. I don't think that everyone's going through that, you know. There's something quite pleasant here as well, you know. I think that your reading is more of a push, saying you've got this. You've been stuck. You've had to go into contemplation. You need to be aware of these things. It's time for you to see the lessons and now move forward. Because, look at this. Okay, I'm not even looking at the Ace of Coins. This is like saying beautiful offers that bring about balance for you, bring about fairness. I feel like you've been maybe felt held back, group 3, held back by something. But it required you to make a choice, you know, and maybe you were afraid of that choice. Maybe it's a financial. You haven't been able to go into this new venture, whatever, because you didn't have the financial means. But there's some way that you've been guided to take the first steps and trust. It's interesting. But trust that justice is working in your favor, and look where it's leading to. For some of you, a big, beautiful offer is coming in that helps you make that step, take the blindfolds, make the decision. And here with the Lovers, you have the Three of Wands. Yeah, I feel like it's like a chicken and egg thing. You're making the first steps helps move roll the ball in your favor. But there's also spirit working this feeling of the Wheel of Fortune working in your favor to take you towards this place where there's more balance, where there's justice, where you get your just desserts, you know. But it is about you making the choices and then reaching out, moving towards your dreams. That's what the Three of Wands is about. Wow. It's almost like you've been contemplating the big picture, but you're ready now. And then with Judgment, you have the Two of Cups, 2 twos. It's like the previous 2 was you not being able to make a decision. And this is like, some partnership maybe from the past coming back. That's so beautiful. Maybe a financial partnership, or a partnership that brings financial stability, you know, because the two people complement each other. Or someone who comes in to finance a project that you haven't been able to move forward on. Wow, it's so beautiful, group 3. And there's a lot about finances here. 7 of Coins, Page of Coins, being patient, but being willing to take the steps now, because you know that you're moving towards this, the King of Coins, the ultimate. It's like having your own finances, your own business, or whatever, being a leader and taking a leadership role, running something. Yeah, but it's financially abundant. And there's another Earth showing up, the Empress. And the Empress is about having it all. It's about, but a beautiful kind of abundance that is about sharing and giving, but giving to the self, you know, being pregnant with possibility is what I'm feeling. Yeah, let me get you one more. But what a lovely reading. Oh, it's intriguing as well. Okay, let's see. Oops. The Sultan, the Emperor, and the Ace of Coins. Wow. Well, something beautiful coming in for you, group 3, something that's leading to a lot of power. But I would say that it's also saying to you with the Lovers there, don't abuse power, bring in, wow, and maybe a partnership again. But it's about balancing the feminine and masculine in this new journey, this new beginning. It could be a partnership that balances that honors whatever you bring, which might be the more feminine energy and a masculine energy. But oh, it's just beautiful. And abundance. And I think your story is about abundance. Okay, group 3, I'm going to leave it there. I hope this has helped you. I'd love your feedback, and I'll chat with you again soon. Bye.